Thank you for joining us on your Sunday relaxation platform, Sunday Magazine, reaching you from the studios of NTA Channel 5, Abuja, the Unity Station. My name is Tessie Omiri. On our menu tonight, we have quite a number of interesting stories. We begin with messages from the pulpit as Nigeria commemorates her 64th independence anniversary. Also on the menu, the retirement celebration of our veteran broadcaster, Fatima Abbas Hassan. Not forgetting our regulars, the entertainment news and weekly news wrap. This and more when we return. All you need to do is to sit, relax, and enjoy the ride. You're welcome. Thank you for staying tuned. Beginning from the pulpit, sustaining the gains of nationhood over time needs God's guidance and direction. Most Reverend Michael Akinwale stated this at the special church service to commemorate Nigeria's 64th independence at the Christian Ecumenical Center, Abuja. Rosemary Bilal reports that the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akume's message to Nigerians centered on reflecting on the contributions of the nation's founding fathers. Senate President Godswill Akpabio was among worshippers. Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akume, and Senate President Godswill Akpabio, in their messages said Nigeria has economic fortunes that will soon manifest and all Nigerians will begin to benefit from good governance.
And that is why we have institutions, anti-corruption institutions that are established and strengthened to check the menace of corruption. EFCC, ICPC, FIU. People have been convicted, huge sums of monies have been repatriated from them, and more monies are coming in. So, government is not mindful of some of these problems.
As his renewed hope agenda portrays a practical and transformative plan aimed at revitalizing key sectors of our nation's economy, ensuring the safety of our people, reinforcing the unity of our beloved nation.
In his sermon, Archbishop of Abuja Methodist Church, Most Reverend Michael Akinwale, enjoined Christians to pray for the nation for more growth and development.
Be added unto us, as contained in Matthew chapter 6, verse 33. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and every other thing will be added unto you.
The church service featured prayers for the country, for the political leadership, and for a successful celebration of Nigeria at 64.
Bless our dear country, Nigeria. Bless our leaders.
There were dignitaries across professions, as well as from within and outside the nation's capital. The message to all citizens is to continue praying for Nigeria and also contribute their quota by being patriotic so that Nigeria will be a better nation where all citizens will be proud of. Many thanks, Rosemary. Man's quest for material possessions was the cardinal focus of the Sunday sermon at the Christ Apostolic Church All Saints Chapel headquarters, where the zonal superintendent of the zone, Pastor Olusegun Odegbulugbe, presided over. Deborah Gaza-Jimaika reports that the clergyman used 3 scriptures to illustrate the message and expatiated on the book of Matthew chapter 6, verse 19, which teaches Christians to not store their treasures on earth.
Speaking extensively on the subject matter, the choice between heavenly and earthly treasures, the zonal superintendent of All Saints Zone of the Christ Apostolic Church, Pastor Olusegun, also taught the congregants that they cannot at the same time serve God and money, emphasizing that Christians are to examine their place here on earth and its possessions to see if all they have acquired will be of value to them after rapture.
The message today is that we should, as much as possible, try to stop treasures in heaven, because that is what is most permanent, secure. That anything we do, storing up treasures on earth, is so transient, ephemeral, and insecure. So that's the whole essence of the message. It's a subset of teachings on money and possession that Jesus Christ did.
Congregation full of thanks to God, praised and danced to the glory of God Almighty.
Away from the pulpit. In spite of information technology in the form of e-books and online information, books and other written materials still retain their prime position as sources of information and learning. Stakeholders in the FCT education sector made the submissions at the 29th edition of the FCT Annual Book Fair as organized by the Education Resource Center. The report.
The annual book fair, which has consistently assembled the best of publishers to enable parents, guardians, teachers, and heads of schools to have easy access to recommended textbooks for the past 29 years, has also served as a one-stop shop for general school supplies and at affordable rates. Declaring the book fair open, Mandate Secretary, FCT Education Secretariat, Dr. Danlami Hayo, who also represented the Chief of Staff to the Minister, Chidi Amadi, commended the ERC for making efforts at promoting a healthy reading culture, drawing the attention of all to fight the hydra-headed monster called piracy.
It is widely acclaimed that readers are leaders. While making much effort at promoting a healthy reading culture, we also need to pay close attention to the protection and the support to literary works.
Director FCT Education Resource Center, Dr. Nimat Dawood Abdurrahim, says she is encouraged by the increasing number of participants.
It's one of the few states that organize the annual book fair to avail the general public to have access to recommended textbooks for the student, and we usually do it at the beginning of all academic sections.
Stakeholders in the education sector, including Dr. Jume Amadou, who represented the permanent secretary, all called for a strong fight against piracy so that authors and publishers can benefit from their hard work.
The issue of piracy is all over the place, and without exhibitions such as this, people don't know the real publishers to approach so that they will get a book that the writer will get value for what he or she has put in to bring out something.
Though we are in a digital age, but the place of hard copies are still very, very relevant. And so we still insist that our children should read books.
A lot of us are writers, and publishers don't give you the right royalty because we don't sell the books the way we should sell. So please, I want all of us to put our hands on deck.
They appreciated the FCT minister for supporting the education sector in the FCT.
And from education, let's move to agriculture. There's food production every year, yet quite a number of world population goes hungry. Now, the United Nations has identified food loss and waste as one of the factors responsible for shortage of food globally and is raising awareness to tackle it and end hunger in the world. Yours truly has details.
The world population is growing and the demand for food is on the increase. In spite of increase in agricultural production and with the adoption of genetically modified organism GMO to meet the world food demand, findings show that millions of world population suffer from hunger and acute malnutrition. One factor responsible for this is food loss and wastage, and the United Nations is raising awareness among nations of the world to address food loss and waste. 29th of September every year is set aside globally for the advocacy.
Now, this is the situation in Nigeria, especially during harvest season. Plentiful harvest, but no storage system. In fact, in some rural communities, transporting food produce to urban centers is always a Herculean task. This ultimately results in food loss and waste.
Stakeholders call for more investment in the agricultural value chain through provision of storage system to tackle post-harvest losses.
Without energy, you cannot have effective storage. You're going to have a lot of losses. That's the most fundamental cause of food wastages. Because even in rural communities and off-takers and middlemen and every layer of the agricultural sector, we don't have energy to store food.
If we have some big machines that can produce all these things and keep them, we don't even need to eat any tomato from any country. If you go to the interior areas, you discover that yams, they hang the yams on ropes just to give them air for preservation. But when it comes to tomato, when you get to tomato market, you discover that if you don't dispose it in 3 days, sell out in 3 days, you are losing.
Also, the use of technology, experts say, can go a long way in reducing food loss and waste.
Things need to change, and one of the things that we need to change is adoption of technology. We need to adopt technology to be able to produce food as rapidly as possible, to be able to meet the need of local demand as well as export. So adopting technology, we need to look at climate smart agriculture. Climate change is real. We cannot continue to do farming the way our forefathers did it. Looking at rain-fed agriculture only, we need irrigation.
This year's theme is climate finance for food loss and waste reduction. And it is expected that with sustained awareness and engagements, the challenge of food loss and waste can be addressed.
Thank you for staying tuned. The FCT Road Safety Corps has held its 2024 Mega Town Hall meeting to shed more light on the alarming rate of road crashes in Nigeria. The meeting highlighted the reckless driving, poor road infrastructure, and vehicle maintenance as major contributors to accidents. Hawa Gimba gives us details. That report will come your way in our subsequent bulletin. Now, from the news reporting to production, then to presentation. She did not stop there. She was also a one-time special advisor to wife of a former vice president, Hajia Namadi Sambu, a leader par excellence who has managed prominent NTA stations. Did I forget anything? Oh, yes. A one-time best news staff and presenter of the year with NTA News Extra. The news with the extra touch. All these are no mean feat at all. Little wonder the NTA family rolled out drums of jubilation to honor a quintessential queen of the two, Fatima Abbas Hassan, as she bows out of service. Serafina Okon-Mekwe is keeping up with those wonderful memories. Serafina, over to you.
The third edition of Friends of NTA News 24 Hangout series had personalities from all walks of life. A double celebration it was, as Fatima Abbas Hassan, the former general manager of the station, was celebrated for her meritorious service to the nation and the NTA.
I wish and pray that Fatima will first and foremost take a rest, because she needs that rest, and then she can map out whatever strategies she has for her later life.
Hajia Fatima Abbas is a very good woman. I'm really opportune to work with her. I came in when she was the general manager of NTH and F5 Abuja. She's a good woman.
And regarding Hajiya Fatima Abbas Hassan, she's an icon of the authority. She has contributed immensely to uplifting the image of the NTA through her professional and excellent performance on screen and off the air.
My prayers for her is for the very best as she goes into this next stage of her life.
And as she bows out today, I would like to wish her the very best.
The celebrant was full of appreciation to God, her family and colleagues for the strength and encouragement all through her journey with the Nigerian Television Authority, for the beautiful opportunity to serve and charged reporters and on-air personalities to keep up to the ethical standards of the profession, as NTA truly remains a world-class television network. Among the special guests of honor was former Director General Malam Yakubu Ibn Muhammad, former Governor of Bauchi State, Abubakar Muhammad, Malam Yakubu Lamai, representative of the Nasarawa State Government, and many more.
And she always believes in pursuing what she knows is right. She always wants perfection, and she has done a lot for NTA. The story of NTA will not be complete without Fatima Abbas Hassan coming perhaps in the first page if we are talking about presentation.
The GM has an open door policy. She is somebody who gives free hand to everybody to operate, show your capability, show your capacity, show your intellect in whatever field you are doing.
I am proud of the role I have played so far in giving my dear wife the comfort which I think she richly deserves.
It hasn't been easy, but I must thank most sincerely my family members. They were always there for me. They took care of the children while I was away. I traveled a lot. I stayed long hours in the office. I don't have weekends. I don't have public holidays. But all those times my family members were supporting me. There's always one sister, or one auntie in the house taking care of the children when I'm away. And I think my husband too was fantastic.
The colorful night climaxed with the presentation of awards to outstanding members of staff.
Indeed, the story of NTA will never be complete without the mention of this quintessential lady, Fatima Abbas Hassan. Did I also tell you that I learned how to read like her? I don't know if I'm getting it, but I know I'll catch up with her somehow. We're going to miss you, wish you all the best, our wonderful veteran broadcaster. Still talking celebrations, staff of the Federal Capital Territory Administration have rolled out drums to celebrate and honor the outgoing pioneer FCTA head of service, Udo Samuel Atang, who bows out of the civil service. Onoze Yakubu captures the glitz and glamour of the sent forth for the newly appointed Senior Special Assistant to the FC Minister on Administration.
Management and other senior officers of the FCT administration, as well as family and friends, came out in their numbers to celebrate the pioneer head of service of the FCTA, Udo Samuel Atang, who served his fatherland meritoriously. It was a double celebration as the man of the moment has again been appointed as the SSA on administration to the FCT minister. Encomium poured on the man many describe as an astute administrator and goal-getter.
For me, I see today as a day of celebration. It's a day of new beginnings because you can see the confidence that is already reposed in the man, Dr. Samuel Atang, by the Honorable Minister of the FCT, His Excellency Barrister Ezenwonye Sonwike.
He has done his bit within the shortest possible time, and he's exceeding. And I believe that he has already, put people around that, he has handed over to.
Rely on his wealth of experience, rely on his institutional memory that he has brought to bear, which is why being appointed as the pioneer head of service came to us with gladness, because it's going to bring all those knowledge, all those years of rising through the ranks to the peak of his career to bear. And we've seen that happen in the last 6 months or so that he was ahead of service.
On behalf of the press corps, we want to congratulate you and we want to wish you well as you bow out of active service, retiring but not tired.
Flanked by his wife and visibly impressed by the get-together in his honor, the celebrant goes down memory lane on his sojourn as an administrator who rose through the ranks to attain the peak of his career. He says Abuja is still work in progress, hence the need for staff to put in their best to realize the dreams of its founding fathers.
Our leader is one particular leader that is purpose-driven, and he needs his job within given timelines. And you cannot just, it's not the type that is given to excuses, no. If you are given anything to do, and he has given you that mandate and trusted you with that mandate, he expects you to do it within the assigned timeline.
Retired but not tired, the new SAC on administration says he will bring his wealth of experience to bear in carrying out the mandate of his new office to achieve the desired results.
We say congratulations, sir. Let's now join our entertainment desk for entertainment stories.
Acclaimed artist and performer Tito the Fire is set to showcase his acting prowess in the upcoming film, The Designer Bag, produced by visionary filmmaker Vivian Omoke of Viva Pearl Castle. Scheduled for release in fall 2024, this gripping drama promises to make a significant impact with its dynamic performances and thought-provoking narrative. Directed by acclaimed filmmaker Femi Bernard, The Designer Bag boasts an impressive cast with Vivian Omoke. Tito the Fire takes on a lead role masterful embodying the character's journey of love, dynamism, and self-discovery. The Designer Bag dwells into intricate dynamics of personal and professional relationships, exploring theme of hatred, jealousy, love, and emotional tunnel. Actress Ojumola Bello has made history by breaking the Guinness World Record for the longest acting marathon. She started on Tuesday, September 22nd and concluded on Friday, September 27th at the Pent View Hotel in Ikorodu. She finished exactly 139 hours and 19 minutes of non-stop acting. Throughout her journey, fellow actors and friends, including Odulade Adekola, Rotimi Salami, and Bukumi Oluwasina, shared videos offering encouragement and support for her record-breaking feats. Renowned gospel singer Oyedamola Adejumo, daughter of late veteran actor Babasala, drops her newest single, Jubelo, known for her breakout hits. Oyedamola reflects on her experiences. I faced many challenges, but quickly above what we desire. God can do Jubelo.
For our weekly news wrap. What a good time to join us on this week's weekly news wrap on NTA Channel 5 Abuja. These are some of the stories that made headlines this week. I am Safia Noma Uchi. Federal Executive Council meeting on Monday commended the people of Edo State for a successful election.
A huge victory which had eluded the APC for over 8 years. The elections have been adjudged to be free and fair.
President Bola Tinubu has approved a revision of the Consolidated Public Service salary structure with effect from 29 July 2024. Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has pledged the administration's resolve to support the Japan International Cooperation Agency planned projects to be executed in the FCT.
For the 2025 budget, we'll try as much as we can to see whether we can improve on our budgeting system.
National Hospital Abuja commemorates the World Pharmacist Day, emphasizing the vital role pharmacists play in delivering quality care to patients. Elizabeth Egbetekun has inaugurated POA FCT Command Secretariat.
We equally brought you a report same day that local education authority teachers in 6 area councils of FCT have protested over the non-implementation of their allowances, among others.
The 35,000 naira wage award that was given to teachers, in fact workers of the federal workers, should be paid to them.
Meanwhile, the FCT Minister, Yusuf Wike, has directed the Development Control Department to address all encumbrances impending on the road around Kubo International Market. That's the much we can take on this episode. Till next week when we come your way. Good evening.
This sports brief.
30 women coaches completed a 3-month CAF C license coaching course organized by the Nigerian Football Federation, NFF. The course featured former Super Falcons stars and included internships with clubs. NFF President Alhaji Ibrahim Musa Gusau urged participants to utilize their knowledge and pursue opportunities with men's teams. Meanwhile, Yahaya Lawali scored his second goal for MFK Karvina in a 2-1 win against Sigma under 19. Lawali, who joined MFK Kavina on a 4-year deal from Abuja's Mahanaim FC, also had an assist and was named man of the match. Finally, the victory moves them to 6th in the league table with 5 points. Dogo praised his team's character and resilience and looks forward to their next match against Bayelsa United on October 6, 2024. With Sports Brief, Wayne Dogo, NTA News.
And that concludes Sunday Magazine tonight. We thank you for sharing your time with us. See you next week for another edition. Bye for now.